welcome to Reginaldesq. I'm Underhook and this is my review of the German Tier 8 self-propelled gun, the GW Tiger P. So is it any good? Not really. As far as the gun goes, its arc is kind of average. It does good damage for its tier, all that sort of stuff's okay. The thing that really wrecks this tank, and it does wreck this tank, is its speed. It's incredibly slow and has an incredibly poor power to weight ratio. So sometimes you get spotted just moving off spawn. It's really hard to relocate because it's so slow. So shooting and then relocating, you just get hit because you move so slowly that even though they fire out where you were, it still gets you. And end of the game, gun depression is only 2 degrees, so it doesn't defend itself very well with the gun, but also because its traverse is incredibly slow, it takes a really long time to turn the tank, and so you're virtually defenseless towards the end of the game. It also, by the way, because of that slow track traverse, means effectively your aiming time is very long when you need to turn. It just takes an eternity to decide if you want to aim at the other side of the map. It takes forever for it to turn. And that's pretty much what destroys it. You can't relocate. If you decide that you end up in a really bad position, you want to relocate, it's pointless because by the time you relocate, the game will be over. It's just, wrecks it, really wrecks it. So I have a camouflage net fitted, a gun rammer fitted to obviously speed up the reload time, and a gun lane drive to speed up the aiming time. It's quite a large crew in it. They've all got brothers in arms, and most of them have camouflage. I've got 6th Sense. What else have we got? This guy's got designated target, which I don't know if it even works in artillery or not. I've got clutch braking, off-road driving. So even with clutch braking and off-road driving, it still takes an eternity to turn. Situational awareness he's working on. Adrenaline rush, and this guy's working on firefighting. So yeah. Anyway, let's have a quick comparison to the other tanks, and then we'll get in and have a look at some gameplay. We are on the Tanks GG website, and this is the 5 Tier 8 SPGs. I don't think there's any premium SPGs at Tier 8. So when we're looking at our DPM, it seems to be pretty close to everyone else. There's only one that's higher, and that's the Lorraine. Penetration of 53 is the highest of the bunch. Both the American and Russians have 52. The British one has 38 and the Lorraine has 45. And we do the most damage as well, 1100 damage compared to 1050 on M43 and 1050 on the SU-12. So pretty good, looks good, right? Module damage is high as well. Rate of fire of 1.36 is the equal lowest along with the M43. So same rate of fire as the M43, but has a little bit more pen and a little bit more damage, so far it's looking better. The best reloading is the British at 2 rounds a minute, and Lorraine also 2 rounds a minute, so they fire a lot more. So the explosion radius is also very, very good. It's 12.6 meters, which is pretty close to being like a tier 10, really. And that's more than the other guys. The next closest is the American with 11.7 meters, and the lowest are the British FV207 and the Lorraine, both only have 8 meter splash radius. So 12.6 is really good. Now, in artillery, when you have a bigger explosion radius than everyone else, it normally means you have less accuracy than everyone else, and that is the case here as well. The gun is big. It's a 210mm gun. The shell velocity is 435, which is the second best. The best is the Russian SU-14-2 at 425. I say best because whilst it reduces range, sometimes it does give you the best arc. I don't know why it's in red. It should be in green. Anyway, 435, we're not too far behind that. The British at 480 and the Lorraine both have a pretty high fast velocity, and so they probably have a pretty bad arc. I haven't driven the British one for a long time. Ammo capacity of 15 sounds like it's not enough, but with the really terrible rate of fire, I never actually ran out of ammunition. Aim time of 4.99, then that's to aim 60%, so it's probably about a 9-second aim time, is actually not too bad. The British one's faster, but the Lorraine, with its low pen, low damage, actually takes longer to aim, which is kind of strange. So it does have a pretty quick aiming time compared to the others. 0.76 dispersion is the worst in the class, but as we know, this figure is pretty much fictitious. Anyway, there's other parameters to do with accuracy that we don't see that affect it a lot more. And this one isn't particularly accurate, but it's not terrible. It's okay. The dispersion upon moving and firing is pretty close to the worst though, so it does lose a lot of accuracy once it moves and fires, but then again it takes so long to reload, it doesn't matter too much. The gun elevation is 48, and as I said earlier, the depression is only 2 degrees, which makes it very hard to defend itself. But then again, really it's only the American with 5 degrees of gun depression that really has much of a chance of defending itself. Forward speed of 35 is fictitious. This is a off the cliff speed, that being it only gets to 35 if you drive it off a cliff. The FV207 here says 29, which would make it the slowest of the bunch. Yet I just played my last game in this tank because I just got it elite, and an FV207 overtook me. Yes, it did. So this 35 is, it's downhill maybe on a nice surface. On the flat, you probably wouldn't hit 30, and if it's not nice terrain, it's terrible. It's going up hills. I've had it. If it's a steep hill, you'll be doing 5 kilometers per hour. It's tragic. Reverse speed of 10 is also fictitious. You'd be lucky to get it to 10 in reverse. It really is bad. And as I mentioned, even just trying to relocate, like you fire and then relocate, they'll still hit you if they're looking for you. It's just too slow. In fact, I relocate less in this tank than any other tank I've ever played in artillery. Engine power of 640. And as you can see, this is why it's so slow. Our power to weight ratio is 8.63, which is the worst of any of them. So supposedly the FV207 is top speed 29, but if you look at its power to weight ratio, it's what, 30% better than our weight ratio? Power to weight ratio, in fact, it's 50% better than us, but we're 30% worse. Anyway, you know what I mean. So it has a much, much better power to weight ratio, as does even the this one here listed at 30 kilometers an hour has a much better power rate ratio of 11 than we do at 8.63. So they can accelerate and actually reach their speed on the flat. This thing can't even reach the speed on the flat. So yeah, it's a bullshit figure. Turret traverse is okay, no problems there. Track traverse of 16 degrees is the equal slowest along with the Russian, and it is tragically slow. I would hazard a guess that it's actually even slower than that due to the incredibly poor power to weight ratio. Anyway, because if you look at our terrain resistances, they are also the worst of the bunch. So we've got the worst power to weight ratio and the worst terrain resistances and the equal worst track traverse. It does have some hull armour at the front, 100 mils at the front, and you can occasionally bounce a shot off the front of this. The rest of the armour is nothing. And we have a view range of 290, which is equal best along with the American, and a good, very, very good radio range of 740 metres, but you know, it doesn't mean much. Shell cost of 2080 means that it's not unusual to lose money even on a win. It's a Tier 9 game and we're on steps. We're in our Tier 8 GW Tiger P, and there's also another GW Tiger P on the team, and there's also a GW Tiger on the team, which is the Tier 9 version. Now, by this stage of the review, you're probably saying to yourself, Underhook, you're exaggerating the problems with the speed of this tank. And just look at us all, the three of us in the artillery, trying to get out of spawn. Yep. Look at that. What am I doing? 10 kilometers, 9 kilometers an hour, 11. I hit 11, 12. Oh, we're going fast now. Back to 11. And yes, folks, we've already been spotted. The front tank's been hit. I've just got hit. LT432. There he is, right over there he spotted us from. Not only is the tank tragically slow, it's also huge and very easily spotted. And, yeah. So the speed really does in his tank make a big difference. The map is Melanovka. It's a Tier 10 battle and we're in our Tier 8 GW Tiger P. Just relocating here at high speed. We're on a slight downhill slope here, so we've actually hit 18 kilometers per hour. Now we're going up a little bit, slow down. Yeah. Anyway, let's hop into the tank and see. So the other thing about being slow is getting into position means you actually, a lot of the time, you're still moving into position while your gun is already loaded. So sometimes I just stop, turn, and shoot wherever I am. But as you can see, the time it takes to turn your tracks, sometimes it's just not even worth stopping and firing and then relocating, because by the time you turn your tracks you would have been in position anyway. So as you can see, the aiming circle starts off absolutely huge, but it does come down pretty well and fairly quickly. I just fired the shot there because I haven't finished relocating yet, not in my desired position yet. Now I probably will relocate here after firing each shot. I think I do. On this map it's not too hard to do. This is a great map for artillery. So I'm going for tanks on the front line because I want to see if I can get a bit of stun assist. And if you want to get stun assist, you really need to be hitting tanks that your enemies have a chance to shoot at. So just letting my team know that I'm taking a shot out there, so I know what's going on. Good hit, 594. I'm guessing that was a direct hit. And there we go, we're getting lots of stun damage just popping up on my screen now, so people have started shooting it as soon as I hit it, which is great. When you stun tanks, it sometimes makes it a lot easier for your teammates to hit them, because they obviously go slow and they can't reposition or angle their armour very effectively. Got a Type 4 heavy here, so it's kind of your duty, I think, in artillery to take care of some of the heavily armoured or HE firing tanks, because they do cause a lot of damage, and it's hard for your teammates to penetrate the arm. Same with the mouse, it's kind of our duty to whittle him down if we can as well. Which sucks if you're driving one of those tanks, of course. Although because artillery doesn't penetrate armour very well anymore, I noticed a lot of artillery drivers now just try and hit light tanks, and they just don't even bother shooting at heavy tanks. This looks like we could get a good splash here. We might be able to splash all three of them if we reload while they're still bunched up like that. So if you're new to World of Tanks, when you're bunched up like that, it's artillery's delight. When you're all bunched together like that, you can bet 100% that every arty on the map is aiming at you, because I got the chance of hitting 3 tanks at once, so why wouldn't I shoot there? So you really are setting yourself up to be hit by artillery when you're bunched together. Now I didn't get the ideal shot, because I pulled my shot short because I wanted to kill the tank that was closest. I just wanted to take that gun out. I would have done more damage probably if I'd aimed for the middle tank, and then I would have done more damage to the other tanks. But the risk was that I might not have killed that tank, and we needed to eliminate the gun. Bit dangerous to fire here, but I might be able to fire his back. I've indicated here that I'm going to fire, so the other teams don't get too close. I notice he's driving away, so I take the shot. And it hits just in time before everyone reloads and fires, and so we get the stun assist damage as well as the damage we did, so that was nice. T95, be nice to hit this guy. He's very, very slow, so the back half is less well armed than the front half, so I'd really like to hit the back half of this tank if I can. He's angling, unfortunately. I better mark where I'm going to shoot so no one just sort of flows in behind him. There we go. Do not go behind him. You will get hit, sir. Oh, no. Oh, come on. Let me have a shot. I've got a sitting duck here and I can't shoot at him because I'll probably kill my teammate if I hit him. Darn it all. Yeah, can't take the shot. He's just going to stay there until he kills him. And this is the only problem in artillery, like stuff like that, you can lose quite a bit of damage by not being able to take the shot. Just hoping you're going to spot maybe Artie. There's an FV207, he's probably hiding up here somewhere. They often hide just here. There's a tree gone down. Yeah, if I had seen that second tree I would have aimed further back. We get a tiny splash, 22 damage. Is that all? Yeah. So even though this gun does the most damage for its tier, it's got the biggest splash radius for its tier, the amount of damage you do with the splash is still actually quite minimal. Like you saw, that was an artillery, not a heavily armoured tank, and we landed, you know, you would think we would have done more than 22 damage, but such is life. See if we can anticipate this guy's movements. Yeah, he's just sitting on the slope, so he might be able to get me. I just fired in case he backs up a little bit. He backed up too much. We've got a little bit of damage though. Well, he is now the last tank left remaining, the T-54 lightweight tier 9 Russian medium tank, no, light tank. It's a great tank actually, I really like that tank. I've done a review of that. I found it to be, it's a great tank to drive. Handles beautifully, gun handles well, and it's really good. Of course, it's Russian, so. And there he goes, he's gone. End of the game. We won! Yippee! That was a class 1 in the tank. We had a bunch of tanks, as you can see. 1, 2, 3. We didn't get Confederate though. I don't know why. Somebody else must have got Confederate. Probably this guy. So we finished second on the team, which is kind of nice. We fired 7 shots, only 7 shots, 3 direct hits, which is really good. 10 splash damage, which is great. 1906 damage, not a lot of damage, but not too bad. But here's why we got the XP. 3005 stun assist damage, that's quite a bit. 7 tanks damage, 1 destroyed, and we made 41,000 profit, which is actually not too bad. Quite a few times in this tank I've lost games and actually lost money, so not good. But that was a pretty good one. The map is Mines, which is not a very good artillery map, especially at tier 10, which is what this is, tier 10 game. Once again, we're in our tier 9 GW Tiger P. Now when you get to tier 9, you get the GW Tiger, it doesn't have the P on it, and it basically has the exact same gun with the exact same stats on the gun as this tank. It is 10 kilometers per hour faster though, apparently. I've bought it already because it was 40% off. I just saw it was 40% off. Whoa, so I just bought it straight away. But I don't know if it really is 10 kilometers an hour faster or not. I hope it is. Anyway, as you can see, we're getting into position. By the time we get into position, a minute of the game has already expired. Let's get into the tank now. We're aiming here. I'd like to hit that Lorraine because it looks like he was coming back, but I just don't want to waste a shot. Fire. Nice hit. 519. I'll take that. And I move forward up to the rock here in case the enemy was just waiting and looking for me to fire. At least want to try and get some sort of cover. But it is very dangerous map to play artillery because there's just very few spots for you to go, and they're very confined and restricted. And so yeah, it's really easy to get counter batteried on this map. And also because it's such a small map, just with the view range, if you're not careful, enemy tanks, especially once they get the hill, can spot you as well. So yeah, we do have the hill though, which normally means you're going to win when you get the hill. But sometimes the enemy outplays you a little bit and they get the hill. So it looks like one of the artillery there is already dead, that one just there. So somebody's already done counter battery. No, I haven't even realised actually both their artillery are already dead. So I don't know whether it was one of our teammates spotted it from the hill. They probably did spot them from the hill. Anyway, we get a double hit there. 411 on the VK is pretty good, and a little bit of damage, 76 on the other tank that was with it. It's not a bad spot to shoot from, map to shoot with artillery on other tanks. It's not too bad. It's mainly the problem is that's just so easy to get counter battery. As you can see, both of the enemy artillery are already dead. So oh, hang on, or did they only have one? Oh, they only had one and it's dead. I don't know if I actually realised while I was playing the game that the enemy artillery was dead. I don't think I did. I thought there's more than one, I think that's what it was. So I take the shot here. Nice hit, 528. So when they nerfed artillery a while back and introduced the stun mechanic, they have very low penetration on artillery now, so very unlikely, even if you hit the back of most tanks, usually you can't penetrate them. It's mainly the open topped tanks that you have the best chance. If you land inside that open top, then you'll do full damage, but otherwise it's not very often you do full damage these days. T95, the best thing is if we can land on the engine deck, that'll be the thinnest armour. So I usually try and aim at the back half and hopefully land on the engine deck. I'll let that one go there because it's going to move. 484 is pretty good on a 295. I'll take that. Can we get the kill on the T95? Don't think so. I really do need to hit him. Splashing a T95 generally does almost nothing, so we really need to land on it. And where he is right now, I don't think it's going to happen. We've nearly reloaded, but we can't land a shell there anyway. I don't know why I fired that. There's no chance of hitting him. Okay. It did hit him and kill him. That must have been a replay bug because it was showing there was no dot at the end of my X. See the dot there following my X around, my aiming point? There was no dot, which means the shell won't land there. So there must have been a bug in the replay. Something wasn't showing the dot on that guy when I fired. So I must have had a shot though or I wouldn't have fired it. Oh, I'd like to hit this guy. He will just... he's got very thin armour. How long have we got to reload? We're almost reloaded. Come on, back up, back up, back up, back up. Fire. Oh, he stopped backing up. Oh, we didn't even splash him. What a waste of a shot. Ah, well. Anyway, looks like our team's winning. We're comfortably in front from looking at the number of tanks that we've destroyed in our team. Well, this 430's bouncing some shots. Oh, he got hit there though. And our services are not required there. Oh, I'd love to hit this charioteer. They tend to go off like a firecracker as well. Damn it. I hate it when they've been spotted and you're lining them up, but then somebody else fires. Oh, we might be able to get him here. Do the old T20. He moved. Oh! Oh, wow. I haven't watched this replay since I played the game, which was a while ago. And... that was a great shot. That was nice. Oof. I love that when it just the tank disappears, you take the shot that just pops up, it's dead after you fired it. It's pretty good. Alright, so we're nearly reloaded here. Yeah, so there you can see there's no dot, which means I can't hit. There's a dot, which means I can hit that spot. Don't know, I'm just waiting for this guy to do something silly to try and get my guy. I put an indicator there for Artie, just to let the guy know that if he's not confident in killing this guy, what he can do is tease him out. If he teases him out, I can hit him. So that's the idea anyway. We're indicating that spot and trying to let the guy know that if you let it go there, I can hit him. Like that. Beautiful. Now we've got our T92 coming up from the side here, puts one into him. Now the Progetto realises he's in big trouble and he comes around trying to get some damage done before he dies. And there he goes. So the enemy team only has 3 tanks left, and unfortunately they're all over this side. Most of them protected by the hill, except this object 140 might get a shot. No. All that's left is his AMX, and really I can't hit him where he is. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be the end of the game. Don't know why I'm aiming there, probably because I knew the game was going to end. Yeah. Anyway, that's it folks. So that game was only a class 2, but we did get a Confederate medal, which is kind of nice. Next screen, we finished on top for our team with 963 XP. I think we did was it 1100 or something in the previous game? We did a lot more damage. I think we did less than 2000 damage in the last game, but we did over 3,510 in this game. So that probably means that we didn't do much stun damage. So if we look here, shots fired 8, direct hits 3, 1 penetration, which might have been that TD we hit off screen. 8 splashed, 3,510 damage, damage 8 destroyed 2, 136 seconds of stun damage, which is not too bad actually, but only 513 actual stun assist damage, so that's why we didn't get a lot of XP. Made good profit though at 62,000 profit, which is very nice, thank you, and good XP. Thank you for watching my review of the GW Tiger P. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more reviews, please subscribe to Reginaldesq. Have fun.